Couldn't feel love because the cops kept patting him down, asking where he was around 10:30 p.m. last evening. Perceiving him to fit one homicide/genocide suspect description, eyewitnesses say they saw the back of a person dressed in all black, including gloves, boots, and cap to match, fleeing down a dark alley after placing 2 caps into the face of a young black male with all the traits of a drug dealer. Stereotypically young black male hanging out past 12 midnight beneath the same street light, smoking and drinking a little with his head on a constant swivel. See, he had trained himself to watch for fiends and cops, but last night he was a moment late and a Glock short of life support. So his light flashed, then the gun flashed, then his face turned to ash and bloody dust before anybody knew what happened. And brother told me he couldn't see the stars because the sirens kept flashing. Couldn't hear the voice of God because the guns kept blasting. Couldn't feel love because the handcuffs were too tight, causing his wrist to bleed. And his ribs were bruised from the kicks and nightsticks excessively used to subdue him. Brother told me he wasn't innocent as far as crime. He admitted to nickel and dime, but he swore on his best friend's grave that he wasn't guilty of homicide. See, it turns out that the accused and the deceased ran the streets together since childhood now. Why would he murder his best friend when they were only making enough ends to get clothes and shoes, and neither one of them had even missed a day of school? Brother told me the media be feeding us bullshit, and if the public defense would just put pressure on forensics, it would come to light that those bullets matched the cops clip. See, he was there, and the arresting officer would always fuck with them, waving a gun in their face, but on this particular day, the safety was off, and the gun went off, and his partner's life was lost, so we took off running. Brother asked me what would I do if I thought a crooked cop was going to shoot me too. So needless to say, he was trying and he tried to explain. But in the midst of all the hype, everybody wanted retribution for the slain, just a face and a name to put the blame on. And shame on us for putting blind trust in a biased justice system ran by men who raped men, women, and children in the process of building a nation of, for, and by the people. I mean, they did by the people of Africa for next to nothing, and set them free with next to nothing except a massive self-destruction. And we seem to follow directions so well that we marched the freedom trail straight into hell, all while hailing figures who set the ball for Adolf Hitler's blonde hair, blue eye, wipe out all the niggas and sticks and sick and Jews. And the world is so confused that we got the 6 o'clock news state of mind, and which even falsified black on black crime get headlines based on the sheer idea that the cop just couldn't be lying. And the last thing the brother told me was that he couldn't see the stars because the sirens kept flashing. Couldn't hear the voice of God because the guns kept blasting. Couldn't feel love because the current kept passing through his brain. And his name? Well, that doesn't make the slightest bit of difference, but what does is that if each and every single one of us had been paying attention, we could have saved him.